The Prodigal Son. A man had two sons. The younger son asked his father for his share of the estate, which the father divided between his two sons. Shortly after, the younger son gathered all he had and traveled to a distant country where he squandered his wealth in wild living. After he had spent everything, a severe famine struck that land, and he found himself in need. He hired himself out to a citizen of that country who sent him to his fields to feed pigs. He longed to fill his stomach with the pods that the pigs were eating, but no one gave him anything. Coming to his senses, he thought about how many of his father's hired servants had food to spare, and here he was starving to death. He decided to go back to his father and say to him, "Father, I have sinned against heaven and against you. I am no longer worthy to be called your son. Make me like one of your hired servants." So he got up and went to his father. But while he was still a long way off, his father saw him and was filled with compassion for him. He ran to his son, threw his arms around him, and kissed him. The son said to him, "Father, I have sinned against heaven and against you. I am no longer worthy to be called your son." But the father said to his servants, "Quick, bring the best robe and put it on him. Put a ring on his finger and sandals on his feet. Bring the fattened calf and kill it. Let's have a feast and celebrate. For this son of mine was dead and is alive again. He was lost and is found." So they began to celebrate. Meanwhile, the older son was in the field. When he came near the house, he heard music and dancing. He called one of the servants and asked what was going on. The servant told him, "Your brother has come, and your father has killed the fattened calf because he has him back safe and sound." The older son became angry and refused to go in. So his father went out and pleaded with him. But he answered his father, "Look, all these years I've been slaving for you and never disobeyed your orders. Yet you never gave me even a young goat so I could celebrate with my friends. But when this son of yours who has squandered your property with prostitutes comes home, you kill the fattened calf for him." The father said to him, "My son, you are always with me, and everything I have is yours. But we had to celebrate and be glad, because this brother of yours was dead and is alive again. He was lost and is found." The parable highlights several key themes in Christian theology, including repentance, the joy of forgiveness, the unconditional love of the Father, often interpreted as representing God, and the celebration of the return of one who was lost. It also touches on the resentment that can arise within those who see themselves as faithful and obedient, but feel overlooked or unrewarded, represented by the older brother. This story emphasizes the boundless grace and mercy of God, encouraging believers to embrace a spirit of forgiveness and acceptance.